Hello, my name is Javier Rodriguez. I'm going to be showing you guys a little video inspired by the great Robert Rodriguez 10-minute film school series of videos. This is going to be around 6 minutes long just because we don't have a lot of actual behind-the-scenes footage. All that space went into trying to nail the takes like right away because we had very little time. That's the point of this video, to show how we worked with basically no budget and still tell an efficient, engaging, fun story and make footage that looks like this turn into something that looks like this. The whole idea for Rotten Pair of Roaches started at my final year of high school. It was during COVID. I was locked in trying to figure out how to tell a story. I'd done plenty of short videos before, but never actually trying to tell one complete, concise story and make it look interesting at the same time. It was just one or the other. It was my practice phase. But then, finally, when I started getting a grasp of what I wanted to tell, I made a little test video, and this was it. See, it's not like I sat down and wrote a whole movie and thought it was perfect and just ready to roll with it. No, it's during the whole process, I needed to visualize, I needed to see and get a feel of what I was trying to accomplish with the story, and so I got to filming this test footage. I had a little experience under my belt by this time, right? I felt a little more confident in my style and what I wanted to do, but at the same time, I was working hard to get myself exposed and work on a variety of different projects, be it music videos or just short films with my friends, helping my friends do videos of their own. Whatever I can put my hands on, I just did. I took the camera, I lit the scenes, anything. If it was for my stuff or for theirs, it was all the same. I tried to help out and just keep working. And when you keep going as hard at it as you do on something like this, you're eventually bound to pick up your own style, your own sensibilities, and you're gonna figure out what you want to say, right? Just by seeing a lot of other options and working on a ton of different projects. And that was extremely valuable. So after all the filming experience came the life experience, right? I moved out of my hometown, started getting jobs, getting fired from those jobs, meeting questionable, dislikable, despicable, sleazy characters along the way that totally influenced the way I felt about so many subjects, life in general, that totally influenced me when I was finishing the script for Rotten Pair of Roaches. I keep that really close to me because no matter how different the characters or the story I tell, it's always gonna have my heart, right? That's the way I see it, and that's the way I think it feels. And once I feel like that about a project, I get to planning out the production. I didn't have a lot, but I did have a toy gun. I didn't have these airsoft guns I have now. I had an apartment, some lighting equipment. A lot of it is broken actually from years of use. Some sheets, a broken lens, a broken shoulder mount stabilizer thing, and a very reliable camera I love to death, and a ton of inspiration. Then in some writing adjustments for the short, and we're out in the field. So for this shot, I was completely out in the open, alone, looking like a crazy person, and I wanted the snorri cam look, but I don't have equipment, so I just stiffen up my arms and hold tight to that camera. This other shot was a teaser for the concept short, and I just wanted it to look frantic again. I wanted to look desperate. I had Saul positioning the camera on the floor, helping me focus, just running around behind my feet. We looked really suspicious outside of that Denny's that night. It was pretty scary. For that kind of thing, you gotta be fast because, you know, you don't have any permissions or anything. But for this, I just picked up a couple shots at some restaurants, at Denny's, at a Thai place. What, are they gonna kick me out? I'm eating. I would use whatever location was convenient and quick for me to use, and in this case, I guess it was my backyard. No matter what I'm shooting, be it a conversation, a chase scene, a shootout, whatever, I always try to make it look contrasty and punchy. Because, yes, they're all different rhythms, but you can always go the extra mile to make it look slightly more interesting. I like a lot of warms and a lot of colds in the same shot, kind of fighting against each other, a lot of shadow and a lot of light. That's just my personal preference, but it's just a way to keep the audience looking around in the frame. When you're moving so fast, you also learn the value of these quick close-up shots. You get to see how efficiently they can tell a little short story and help build up a larger one. So get a lot of those, please, especially when you're working on such a low budget. Now what you're about to see here is acting and working with actors. In this case, well, non-professional. It's just me, the director, writer guy, and my girlfriend, the producer slash writer in a lot of my other projects. Since we're not trained in any way to act, what I encourage you to do if you're working in these kinds of situations is to do as much as you can within the time you have, and always keep an open mind. Make the actors feel safe, make them feel like they're not completely fucking everything up, because I've seen that so much in other projects where people are really hard, and that just closes them up. That closes you up as an actor yourself too. When you're trying to do it, you gotta feel like you can mess it up a couple times before you get close to doing something decent. That's why I keep it casual at the start. I love what I write, but I want to see options. I want to see what they want to bring to the table, and then I can refine it, right? I can make it kind of blend into my original vision. And that way, not only do I come out with something I was expecting and that I'm very satisfied with, but something that I was expecting and satisfied with by combining my options and the actor's options and making it a much stronger product at the end. It's a very cool blend of ideas, and it just serves to tell your story if you know how to manage them the right way. And there's always going to be a couple people from the outside looking in and saying, this looks embarrassing, this looks fucking cringe, so you don't want to do this in public. And it's like, it only looks that way because we don't have $100 million behind us and a crew of 200 people helping us execute these scenes. No matter what your budget is, no matter how many people you do or do not have, your project is just as valid, and you're trying really hard to do it. So I just encourage you to just fucking do it, man. Here's a nice little bit of improv by Azul, her little stream. That was hilarious, so I kept it in. I cut that out because I just want to make things faster. And this is my favorite shot in the whole thing. So I know it was a weird behind the scenes video because I didn't have a lot of footage of me actually directing or lighting or directing actors, that kind of thing. But I wanted to give a little insight into my process with what I had, because, you know, it was very limited, the time we had. But I still hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna be making a lot more of these behind the scenes videos and the process kind of stuff, some in-depth storyboard analysis kind of thing, how I work with them. You can expect a lot of videos on writing. I love writing, short films, feature films. Writing is my shit. Other than that, a steady stream of amazing short films me and my friends are working on. You know, the classic Fontana Defender / Macuarro series is still strong and ongoing, plus some future developments and very exciting news about the feature-length version of Rotten Pair of Roaches. So guys, stay tuned. I hope you like the channel. I hope you like the videos on here, and make your own movies.